Okay, welcome to the first ever episode of Legendary Labs, where I'm going to just play a game and experiment with some of the mechanics and, just like the way that the game randomizes things, or just kind of discover some of the hiddenness in the code. For Moonbase, what I thought... Okay, I just want to go back here and appreciate the way these things light up with the cool little icons when you highlight these. I didn't notice that before, and that's really awesome. For Moonbase, I thought we would do load up several times and see what the crate drop range is from your normal starting location. Because when I first started playing this, that was one of the things that confused me. I didn't know that I was supposed to be finding more things in crates being dropped and where to find them. And they're usually pretty close, but so I think I'm going to load this up maybe 15 days? It was 12 days before. Are these changing? Are the missions changing? If so, that's pretty cool, but regardless. Yeah, let's find out. Okay, so this one's right in there. Where is the second one? Okay, the second one is up north. So it was off screen a little bit, but it's always like right within reach here. Let's test number 2. Yeah, this is changing. These are different every time. That's awesome. I like it. Okay, so this time we have one of the crates on screen again. And when we go down to get it, the other one's right there. So, yeah. So I'll do this a couple more times. 10 days this time. So we've got one that's very close. And another one that's pretty close. So this is the first one where the crate wasn't on the screen when after the little animation stopped, then it would open up here. But yeah, those are still real close. Do one more. 14 days. The planet definitely is changing. I wonder if there's a way to enter these planets in to regenerate the same one. That will be the next thing we look at. Okay, so we got our first one is right there. And there always seems to be, if they're not both down here, one's like above. I haven't ever seen one off to a side yet. So, maybe just because I'm looking for that specifically, I'll do this a couple more times. I'll be right back. 13 days this time. Okay, this time there is one off kind of to this side, but still below and on screen. So I haven't had to move the screen to the left or right in order to show a crate on screen. 10 days. Right, no crates on screen this time. Let's see if this is the one that has one to the side. It is not. Let's have one up top, kind of a little bit farther away than normal. And one on bottom. So there must be just a radius around this lunar pod where these end up. Okay, I want to learn about the world seeds, how those work. World settings. Okay, so we can definitely get in here, and I guess if we... Okay, we'll do it this time. We'll test if the world seed generates the crates. Okay, so IMR 192. And we will note that the crate was right next to it and pretty close below. Alright, so IMR-192. That's not right. Didn't work. Maybe I did something wrong. Let's try it again. IMR-192. Okay. It did not do that. Okay, so on the normal mode, that doesn't seem to be doing anything. Maybe if we do it on endless mode? Down default. Okay, so this time I didn't close out. Just clicked away. So I'll try it one more time on normal mode, having done that. Okay, now it looks like normal mode, just part of it is that it wants to generate a new world for you. So we'll go in here for the 50th time, IMR 192. Go endless mode. Okay, so that threw us in somewhere. Let's see. I can click on that to make it easier to recognize. Libs. Okay, now, this does seem to be the same every time. It's just different from the first one. This is really confusing to me. Okay, so here's good news. The ground is set up exactly the same. So the terrain is the same, having gone into endless mode both times using that seed. The crates are in different spots. This appears to be in the same spot. And some of the rocks. This is new. This was not here last time. These rocks are all the same. These resources are the same. Those resources are the same. Those resources are the same. So, one thing we know for sure is the crates are randomized. These trees appear to be, to some degree, randomized. One thing that's interesting is these little craters are different. They're in different spots. Or at least, well, this one's in the same spot, but this one wasn't here on the last one at all. So some of the details are a little different. Some of these rocks and stuff were not there. So let's do this a couple more times now that we kind of have a little bit of something working the right way for us here. Okay, so comparison number 2. Tree in the same spot. So last time we had an extra tree here. That's not there anymore, but this matches the first time. Otherwise, all of the rocks and other resources all appear to be in the exact same spot. Again, the kind of flavor details on the ground and terrain that don't actually have a kind of a game mechanic attached to them, they seem to be randomized. So that's cool. At least you're getting, like, it looks a little different to your eye, even if you know where the resources are going to show up. Crates definitely are in different spots. So that's cool. Those are definitely randomized. So I feel confident about it. Okay, so this tree is back again, which is really interesting to me. I'm not sure why it does it that way. This was a ore deposit last time. Now it's a artifact. So that's a little different. But other than that, all the other resources are in exactly the same spot. So maybe artifacts kind of just randomly land anywhere, sort of the way that crates do. And so they would override whatever resource was there to begin with. I'm really curious to see if a crate lands where one of these resources is, if that's even a possibility. That's something maybe I'll try to load a bunch of these and see if I can get a crate to overlap something. Ooh, no. So I guess that's just how it is. What about the tutorial? Does it give you a different world when you load the tutorial with the world seed set? It does not, no. This is definitely different. It's kind of the same. Actually, you know what? This is very interesting. It actually is the same ground pattern. And even like over here, all these resources are the same. But just over here where this stuff is set up, it's like it's overwritten the resources. But other than that, it actually is the same. I just wanted to show paused. I've never noticed that before. That's so adorable, because it's a kitty cat. IMR 192. That's the IMR 192 world. Ah, it's saying the planet's different, though. So that's really some interesting behavior. I really don't know what to make of that. It appears as though it's placing the ground and resource formation for the correct seed that we inputted. It's calling this a different planet. But as I've done 2 or 3 other times with other seeds, I've seen it completely put a different seed down. And sometimes it doesn't, so I don't see a real good reason why you would be playing the tutorial on a specific seed anyway. It was just more for curiosity's sake that I was checking this out. But if that's something you're going to want to do, it looks like it's a little finicky. I can't really tell you why. Now, the last couple things that we can do is I want to see, we've already determined, if I leave this lowercase, that it will not bring up the correct world. Yes, it's a totally different world. It's interesting. It's interesting. It seems to not be completely consistent. And hopefully that wasn't just user error on my part. but it looks like sometimes it works pretty well, and maybe every once in a while it doesn't. So that's something to keep in mind if you found like a seed that you really like and you want to be playing it. There's a couple things you have to definitely be consistent with, and also watch out to make sure you're actually getting the right seed that you typed in. So let's review what we know. 1, crates will spawn randomly no matter what seed you're on. They will always be within eyesight of your lunar module, or just barely off screen, usually north or south. You can type in a world seed and consistently get the same world to pop up. However, the name of that seed will not be the name that corresponds to the world that you're currently on. There's no way to get the seed that you're actually on accurately, as far as I can tell. It seems as if when you're on a world that you like and you take the seed there, when you type that seed in, it's going to take you to a different world. Now, every time you type that seed in, you'll go to the same world, but it wasn't the one that was being displayed. So that's a big bummer, because if you find a world you really like, you really can't get that seed unless you just happen to randomly type it incorrectly, or if you collect the seed number name and you type it in, it's going to take you to a different world. Maybe you'll like that one better. I don't know. There's definitely some issues there. As far as seeds go, when you're typing them in, you definitely have to use capitalization. You have to put a dash. They have to appear exactly the way that they're displayed, with 3 letters, a dash, 3 numbers. Again, those aren't, the one displayed is not going to be the accurate seed for the world that you're currently on, so I don't know. That's something that needs to be fixed in the game. If you have had a different experience with the world seeds, and in making them accurately come up and display correctly, please let me know in the comments section. I would love to find out that I'm just an idiot and I'm doing something wrong. I know I'm an idiot. But really, it appears that the world seed generation is broken right now, as far as the way it's displayed. So I would love to see that updated and fixed, so that we can always load up the world that we want. So anyway, that'll do it. This was the inaugural Legendary Labs. Hopefully we will get to do lots more of these with other games, and hopefully come up with some better conclusions than we did in this one. So thanks for watching. I'm Maddie for Legendary Drop.